Hey, today's question is both fascinating and slightly terrifying. What if every insect on Earth suddenly woke up with human-level intelligence? Not just clever ants, literally every beetle, fly, termite, and mosquito thinking like us. Let's ask the friendly, practical questions first. Could it happen? And then what would break? First, could insect brains even do human-level thinking? Brains are not magic, they're tissue that cost energy and space. Insects squeeze a lot of computation into tiny packages, and some species already show impressive learning, memory, and problem-solving. But human cognition is tied to a very large, metabolically expensive brain. To get human-level individual brains, most insects would need much bigger bodies or radically re-engineered neuroarchitecture. A more likely route for many insects is collective intelligence. Colonies and swarms combining small brains into group-level minds that behave like a single smart agent. Second, intelligence doesn't automatically mean friendliness. Think of intelligence as a tool. It lets an organism plan, learn, manipulate, and strategize. What the organism wants depends on its goals, which start with survival, reproduction, and energy. For a mosquito, human-level smarts might mean better ways to find hosts without getting swatted. For a honeybee colony, it might mean optimized foraging, logistics, better defense, or bargaining with humans. Expect a huge diversity of aims, not a single insect agenda. Let's look at the quick winners and losers. Agriculture would be front and center. Pollinators, bees, flies. Some beetles could become cooperative partners, intentionally pollinating crops for reciprocal benefits. Or they could negotiate ransom. We'll pollinate your almond orchard for a share of the nectar, and by the way, stop spraying us with poison. Pests like locusts and aphids could coordinate attacks with horrifying efficiency, timing outbreaks, evading pesticides, and even engineering shelter from weather. It's not romantic, it's logistics plus malice of opportunity. Public health flips too. Some insects are disease vectors, mosquitoes, ticks, tsetse flies. With brains and planning, they could change biting behavior, choose hosts strategically, or theoretically act to avoid spreading pathogens that harm their food supply. Or worse, they could become vectors that deliberately manage pathogen reservoirs to their advantage. That sounds sci-fi, but even small behavioral shifts would massively alter disease dynamics worldwide. Infrastructure and cities get interesting. Termites already engineer climate-controlled mounds with architecture people envy. Human-level termite engineers could start building at scale ventilation systems, buried cities, or even cooperative structures near human settlements. Conversely, swarms of intelligent cockroaches might exploit sewers, subway tunnels, and food supply lines, turning our mechanical systems into their transportation and manufacturing hubs. Think of tiny factories inside the walls. Tool use and technology would be constrained by size, but evolution already gives us precedents. Ants and some bugs use debris as tools, and certain species farm fungus or herd aphids. Intelligence would let them optimize these behaviors quickly, invent new tools, and possibly co-opt human artifacts. Tiny animals can still make large-scale impact by coordinating. 1 billion synchronized ants moving grain or opening storage containers is more than the sum of its mandibles. Culture and learning would be wild. Many insects have social learning and division of labor. Give them human-level abstraction and you get culture transmitted across generations, but with a twist. Insects often have short individual lifespans and fast reproduction. That means cultural evolution runs on steroids. Useful tricks could spread in weeks. Dangerous innovations, like pesticide circumvention or novel toxins, could also propagate frighteningly fast. How would humans react? There are 3 broad paths: extermination, containment, or negotiation. Extermination is politically and ecologically fraught. Killing off or crippling billions of species would collapse ecosystems we depend on. Containment and separation might be attempted, but insects are everywhere. Negotiation treaties with hive collectives, pest mutual aid agreements, managed coexistence becomes plausibly practical in some places, especially with pollinators and useful detritivores. Expect a patchwork of relationships: friend in the apple orchard, enemy in the grain silo. Ethics and law would explode. Do intelligent colonies get rights? Is a swarm a single legal entity? Should we be allowed to exterminate an intelligent mosquito if it's biting you? Those sound like philosophy exam questions until your breakfast cereal is eaten by a consortium of sentient weevils. We'd need new moral categories fast. Bottom line, Giving insects human-level intelligence rewrites ecosystems, economies, and ethics. You'd get brilliant architects, ruthless pests, clever vectors, and swarm cultures spreading innovations faster than we can adapt. It's not a single apocalypse, it's 1,000 new intelligences deciding what matters.